Hello students and welcome to week 12. This is Inquiry Learning 2. We are continuing to build our PBL web quest here for Shawnee State University. This is your Prezi for the week. Please take time to go through and listen to my narration, but also go back through and take time to read everything because I'm not going to give you time in this narration to really read all of the information. It's where my screencast will be. Take a moment to consider what Tom March, who was the co-creator with Bernie Dodge of WebQuest, has to say. The most successful WebQuest is not forced. Okay? Really ask yourself if there's a project that you feel would be enhanced. Think of the Triple E framework. Does the WebQuest enhance, engage, and extend the learning? If it doesn't, then it's probably not worth doing. Web quests are a scaffolded way to use the internet to support inquiry. And so they can fill a gap. They're a tool. They're not a replacement, and they're not just something to do when you feel like you have nothing else to do. They have to be a strongly designed and well executed web-based inquiry project, which is why we're taking the web quests and we're combining them with problem-based learning. The WebQuest gives us the scaffold. It gives us at least these 5 segments, these 5 pieces, these 5 components of a WebQuest: introduction, task, process, evaluation, and conclusion. Your WebQuest must have all 5. I go over these in the introduction to the PBL WebQuest, which is on the assignment page with the assignment guide and the rubric, but briefly again. The introduction sets the stage. It gives that context for what students are doing. You want to have a very strong context. It helps make it meaningful and authentic. It gives them that motivation. Then you have the task. It's what the students are actually doing. It's what they're building. It's what they're solving. You tell them specifically, this is what you're going to do. Your task is this. The process is the Big 6 or the Super 3 inquiry models. The process for inquiry. We're following the Big 6 or the Super 3. The Super 3 is elementary level. The Big 6 is the upper grades. You want to choose which one of these that you want to watch. It will take you through both. I'm going to skip them for now. Watch the one that you feel is going to be most successful for your grade level. Again, the Super 3 is a more simplistic approach to inquiry. The Big 6 is more complex for higher order thinking skills in the upper grades. The process will also include the number of days or weeks you're going to give the students to complete the project. And so you've introduced them and set the stage, you've assigned the task for what they're going to do, and then you outline the process and you assign the days and the tasks each day, the questions. You give them the opportunity to find the evidence they need in order to follow the Big 6 or the Super 3. It's what you're reading about this week. So please make sure you take a moment and decide which one you're going to do. Next comes the evaluation. The evaluation, of course, is a rubric, if you want, scoring guide rubric. You want to be upfront with the students and say, this is what you're going to do, and this is what I'm looking for. It doesn't leave a lot of room for questions. It lets them know what you expect. But of course, we also want to make sure they're able to be creative while they're critically thinking, communicating, and collaborating. Lastly is the conclusion. It's where you allow them to reflect and you let them take the time to look back, summarize, as it says here, give food for thought. Your WebQuest must have all 5 of these. When you storyboard it out, you want to storyboard each one of these as a separate page. Process might be multiple pages, but you should have at least 5 pages on your WebQuest. If you're building a website, there's 5 different parts of that website, or you can use Zoonal and it's set up for you. Make sure your planning represents this. Now, what kind of WebQuest are you going to do? I give you all of these different types, and they are also located at this website down here. You can go to this website and you can read all of them. But for now, I'm going to go through this very quickly. Retelling tasks, compilation tasks, mystery tasks. So, is the task a mystery? Are the students solving a mystery, perhaps? Are they journalists investigating for a report they have to write? Are they designing something? Are they creating a creative product or a project? Are they building consensus? Are they trying to persuade somebody? Are they developing self-knowledge? Are they analyzing something? Are they judging? Are they a Supreme Court, or are they a judge that has to make a decision? And lastly, is it a scientific task? All of those are available at that website, but the first thing you have to think about, within your content, where is that question? If you don't have a question yet, you can't go on. You have to have that question. And so I've got a couple videos for you to help develop the driving question. Watch at least this first one. There's another one that's a little bit longer that might help you develop that driving question. The key point, however, is this. This is not a scavenger hunt, it is inquiry. Take the time to design a project that requires students to investigate, to find information, make a claim, support that claim with evidence, and then complete the task. The task has to be more than a simple answer, and it has to be more than writing a report or answering a few paragraphs. The point of this is not to go to website 123, answer these 10 questions, and then turn it in. That's not a scavenger, or that's not a web quest. That's not a problem-based learning. That's not a project-based learning. That is a worksheet online. That's a scavenger hunt. Do not make a scavenger hunt. This should be a complex and engaging project that requires students to critically think, collaborate, create, and communicate. Make sure you're addressing the 4 C's, you're thinking about the Triple E framework, and you're building something that's worthwhile. We have utilized many digital tools. Please make use of multiple digital tools within the quest. The idea is that students are utilizing digital technology to complete those 4 C's. Please take the time to include the digital tools we have used this semester, or find others that you can use to make it work. This project requires that you complete it as a student would and submit an example of student work too. That's what makes this a major project. You can't just turn in the project with the planning document and the reflection. You also have to do whatever you're asking the students to do. So if their task is to design an infographic, you have to design the infographic. If their task is to create a video, you have to create a video. Make sure you submit a student example of work along with everything else. If you have not, you must check your idea with me first. Please check your idea with me first. I will help you think about the project itself. I have a collection of videos here to help you. I recommend you watch them. However, you might choose which ones you want to watch. This will help you kind of consider the way you approach planning. This is a couple of ideas for how to engage and make sure the project is rigorous. These two here, this one, Zoonal, if you want to use Zoonal, it tells you how to use Zoonal. Learning first, of course, you must root whatever you're doing in the standards. And this is how to web quest. So just another introduction to the idea of web quests. And so again, I'm going to skip through these, but I recommend you take the time to watch them as you're planning your own web quest. Students, go to the rest of the learning module, complete the assignments as they are laid out, and if you have any questions, please look for me online, email me, ssubrewer@gmail.com, or message me and we can set up a Google Hangout. I will be online on Tuesday at noon. Everyone, have a great week and plan for your PBL web quest.